Hey everyone, Alpha Eagle here. In this episode, I will be commenting on a video put out by the Committee to Investigate Russia. I won't go through the whole video. I will be focusing on their lies about Russia and their push to censor independent news so you only get information from them. I will provide a link to this video so you can get the full context. This video is narrated by Morgan Freeman, and I'd like to say I have nothing against Morgan Freeman. I agree with him on certain topics. For example, to deal with racism, he suggests to stop talking about it.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
I totally agree with him in this case. Or when he talks about opportunity in America.
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. I had a long haul from where I came from to here, but here we are.
Right.
So the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and here we sit at the dining table.
But it's hard to, when you say that to some people, because they say, oh, there you go with a pull yourself up by the bootstraps thing, and, you know, you're just being respectable. Not everybody can do that.
Well, everybody can. Everybody doesn't. Courage is the key to life itself. There are a lot of people who are born in situations where they say, well, I'll never get out of this. So they won't. I say to people who say, well, I would like to have done so and so and so. So, well, you could have done it. So, well, I couldn't get out of here. Man, the bus runs every day.
No matter what your race is, what disadvantages you have, or what lack of wealth you have, you can make it. Again, I agree. However, in this video, he is very wrong. When you watch the video, notice how condescending and insulting it is. They can't comprehend that Americans used their brains and their own free will to vote for Donald Trump. No, that's impossible. They had to have been coerced by outside foreign sources. It reminds me how liberal Democrats view women. Women who aren't feminists couldn't have chose to not be feminists through their own free will. No, they had to have been influenced by internalized misogyny. Also, how liberal Democrats treat black people. Any black person who votes Republican doesn't have a mind of their own, and they didn't do it through their own free will. No, they must have internalized racism. They call blacks who have minds of their own Uncle Tom.
We have been attacked. We are at war.
Freeman goes on to describe an imaginary movie script in which Putin's sole goal for becoming president of Russia is to attack the United States. Not to make his country prosperous, not to solve the problems in Russia. No, he had to become president to attack the United States. And he claims that he uses cyber warfare to attack democracies around the world.
Like the true KGB spy he is, he secretly uses cyber warfare to attack democracies around the world.
Then, of course, being a moral and ethical organization, this Committee to Investigate Russia showed evidence of their outrageous claims. Except no, they didn't. They just expect us to just accept their claims without any proof or evidence.
Using social media to spread propaganda and false information.
They claim that Putin used social media to spread propaganda and false information. Meanwhile, that's exactly what they're doing with this video. This Committee to Investigate Russia video is a propaganda video used to spread false information. I believe Freeman is talking about Russians supposedly hacking the DNC to give information to WikiLeaks to publish. First, like I said in my last video, the DNC emails were not hacked, they were leaked. Second, it wasn't by Russia, it was by Seth Rich. And third, it's not false information. It's all true. The Democrats rigged their own primary election, among other corrupt things, and this was all proven to be true. The Committee to Investigate Russia claims that Russia used social media to spread false information. Again, this is very condescending and insulting. Welcome to the internet. There is false information everywhere. They think that we are so dumb that we don't know that there is false information on the internet. They think that we would just believe anything the Russians supposedly told us, which is probably why they made this video. They are hoping that we are dumb enough to believe their propaganda.
He convinces people in democratic societies to distrust their media.
The American public does not need Putin to convince us to distrust the media. The mainstream corporate media does a very good job of proving that they are not trustworthy all on their own. In this next clip, CNN lies to us. Back in 2016, there was a riot in Milwaukee over the shooting death of Sylville Smith by a police officer. Smith's sister was interviewed, and this is what CNN showed.
Friends holding a vigil marked by prayers.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
With his sister calling for peace.
Don't bring the violence here and the ignorance here.
Milwaukee police say they made multiple arrests overnight. We're still waiting on those final numbers. It comes on top of the 17 arrests made Saturday night.
CNN claims that she pleaded for peace. Here is what they did not show.
On everything. Tell his mama y'all sorry for her loss. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing. Y'all burning down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down. We need our shit. We need our weed. I don't wear it, but we need it.
So CNN lied to us and told us that she asked for peace when in reality she incited violence. So why should we trust the media that has been proven to lie to us several times? This is the scariest part of the committee to investigate Russia's video. It's scary because they think that distrusting a lying media is a bad thing. The committee to investigate Russia wants us to blindly trust a media that lies to us. Here's another clip from CNN admitting and straight up telling us that laws do not apply to them and that they don't want us to do any research for ourselves but to only get information from them. So it's only them telling us information instead of other sources.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
Let's say, hypothetically, that Russia did awaken people to the media's lies and convinced people to distrust them. If that is the case, I dare say that the Russians are the heroes in this made-up movie script that they concocted. We should never blindly trust the media and always be skeptical of what they tell us. So what is the Committee to Investigate Russia claiming that the Russians supposedly did exactly? They claim the Russians are cyber criminals. Did the Russians supposedly hack our nuclear codes? No. Did the Russians supposedly hack our power grid and shut down our electrical power? No. Did the Russians even supposedly hack the voting machines and change people's votes? No. The Committee to Investigate Russia claims that the Russians supposedly gave us information. That's it. Information. Facts. Truth. Freedom of speech. Knowledge. They claim the Russians gave us knowledge. So why do they see this as a bad thing? Because they know that knowledge is power and they don't want us to have that power. They want to keep this information from us so badly that during the election, even Hillary Clinton called the Russians supposedly giving us this information is a cyber attack. And she even said that she would treat this sharing of information as an act of war.
As president, I will make it clear that the United States will treat cyber attacks just like any other attack. We will be ready with serious political, economic, and military responses. I want us to lead the world in setting the rules of cyberspace.
So by their standards, simply sharing information with a foreign country about a political candidate is an attack equal to an act of war. In my previous video, I said that I would have preferred that Le Pen be the president of France. So if I told a French citizen why I think they should have voted for Le Pen over social media during their election by the Committee to Investigate Russia and Hillary's standards, I would have just committed an act of war. If I would have told a British citizen that I think they should vote for Brexit, again, by their standards, that would be an act of war. Or say I told a Korean citizen that their leader is a dictator and that they should leave their country. Again, that would be an act of war by their standards. At the end of this video is the voice of Rob Reiner. He is the head of the committee to investigate Russia. Rob Reiner is best known as Meathead on All in the Family. In real life, Rob Reiner is exactly like Meathead. Meathead was a far-left activist, and so is Rob Reiner.
Join the committee to investigate Russia. Join the fight.
Even South Park mocked Rob Reiner for his extreme leftist views and his unethical tactics and how he lies to get his way.
Now all we have to do is Photoshop cigarettes into your hand, and bingo! When this hits the papers, the tobacco company is screwed!
But dude, you're making stuff up.
You kids need to understand something, okay? Sometimes lying is okay. Like when you know what's good for people more than they do.
Oh my god, that is exactly what I've always said.
Rob Reiner will say that he has Republicans in his group, therefore his group is bipartisan. The Republicans in his group are part of the establishment, meaning they are part of the swamp that Trump wants to drain. Trump is an outsider. Both Republicans and Democrats want him out. The committee to investigate Russia's goal is to end Russia's right to free speech. They want to prevent Russia from using American social media platforms like Facebook. If they succeed, what country will be next? Canada, Britain, France, Mexico, Australia, Ireland, Japan? Will they stop at foreign countries, or will American citizens like you and I be next?
Yeah, he's right, you know.
This was Alpha Eagle and I Gotta Fly. So subscribe, share, like, comment, and God bless America.